Hi, races in D&D are a surprisingly under-discussed aspect of the game. I mean, I can see why some races don't really have that much to talk about. Also, races are usually a big way many players add flavor to their character. So what if we play into that? In today's episode, I want to nerd out a bit about my favorite race, the harengton. So first, the mechanics. You're a small or medium, depending on what you want, and have a speed of 30 lower body parts. After that, you got the Perine Sense with a free proficiency in Perception, which is just nice. Next is Hair Trigger, allowing you to add your proficiency to your initiative roll. And I really like this one, so it helps with planning. Afterwards, we got Lucky Footwork. If you fail a dex check, you can roll a d4 and add it to hopefully not fail. Similar to the last one, it adds a lot more consistency to the Harrington, which is just lovely. Almost last, you get free stat points to invest in any stats with a maximum of 2 points in any single stat. This is huge, especially if you're playing on standard array. And lastly, we got Rapid Hop. You can move a number of feet equal to your proficiency modifier times 5, and you can use this as a bonus action number of times equal to that same proficiency bonus, assuming your speed is greater than 0. You regain these uses after a long rest. This last part is perhaps the only thing I don't like about the Harrington, especially at early levels. For the first 4, you only get to use this ability twice per long rest, which could often mean once per session. And we all know how gamers are, always hoarding at least one of everything just in case. So basically, you only get to use this once. I really don't like abilities like this because, well, you can't really make them a proper part of your game plan. So you often just end up forgetting about them, or they just become a Deus Ex Machina you use every once in a while. I'm not saying they're bad. Again, really cool and useful. My problem is that doesn't really fit well with any given kit, and it just kind of feels a bit tacked on. The fix for this is, I'd say, pretty simple actually. First, change the long to a short rest. Honestly, I don't get why it's a long rest in the first place. And second, change it from being based off of just your proficiency modifier to being based off of your proficiency modifier plus 1. That way, the least you get is free, and you can actually make use of this. Last thing, all these weird limitations feel a bit too much for such a seemingly simple ability. So if I'm missing something and this is somehow beyond overpowered, let me know. So that's the technical side of the Harrington, and honestly, I just love it. This set is perfect for newcomers as it offers a lot of wiggle room. You can skip out on decks and rely on the D4 to save you. You get perception cover, the free extra strats, and the rabbit hop to give you literal wiggle room in game. But that's only half the story. How flexible is the Harrington when it comes to reflavoring? Yes. All we really need to justify is the stats, seeing stuff better, I guess, perception, I don't know how to really explain it, and being very fast and slippery. This can apply to a myriad of ideas. And to just give an example, psychic chameleon people. Hear me out. What if the extra stats were caused by colorful psychedelic tattoos on their body? They would even light up and change color when that stat is being used. The first RGB D&D character. Imagine them literally lighting up when they have an idea like a light bulb. The perception thing, well, maybe they can see auras to some extent, vibe checking their opponents. For the Dex 4 and Rabbit Hop, screw it. Just make them teleport. If you want to keep the 0 speed limitation, let's say they need to do some hand sign thing, which they can't do when they're grappled or otherwise restrained. And boom! We have a completely different species with its own distinct vibe and the exact same ability. Honestly, I wish I had the art skills to even remotely represent all my ideas for these chameleon dudes. Someday I'll make enough money from this whole thing to get a commission. Anyway, that's the Harrington, and all you can do with it, which is a lot. I hope I've opened your eyes to the glory of these rambunctious rodents. Or who knows, maybe you prefer the chameleons I mentioned earlier. Or you want to play as a cute little lamb, rabbit boy instead, which is what I usually do when I play this race. It's kind of lovely with this setup, and I hope you have fun with all this new knowledge. Well, I hope you have fun in general, but you get the point. Until next time,